I'm David Elmore, E-L-M-O-R-E. I'm an astronomer emeritus for the National Solar Observatory and a collaborator with the Continental America Telescopic Eclipse Experiment, and in particular a small group associated with that who has added an extra gadget to their telescopes to do polarimetry on the sun as well as observe the corona.
Very good. So tell me a little bit about what you're going to be doing the day of the eclipse.
I'm one of 70 sites that will be distributed across the country with identical telescopes. All of us scattered from Oregon to South Carolina have gone through training on how to set up and observe with our telescopes. So as the eclipse races across the country, taking 90 minutes to go from Oregon to South Carolina, each of the sites, as they reach totality, is going to be observing the sun with their computer, with their cameras, to record data sets that then later we can evaluate in terms of how did the corona change over that 90 minutes? Did we see things accelerate out into the corona? Did we see things wiggle as we were observing?
Why is that important?
We live in the solar wind. The sun is always blowing gases past the Earth. Sometimes they're violent, sometimes they're very peaceful. We need to understand how that is accelerated away from the sun, how the corona itself is 1,000,000 degrees or more, whereas the disk of the sun is only thousands of degrees. How did that heat get there? How did it get deposited? How does that relate with how the solar wind accelerates through the interplanetary space and affects us? So it can take out power grids, it can destroy GPS systems, it can do wonderful things like create northern lights. But we do not fully understand how the solar wind is generated, how it accelerates, why it's hot, so that we can fully understand what's happening at Earth and hopefully someday predict how it will affect us on Earth.
Even scientists that are non-astronomers are excited about this eclipse. Why?
Oh, it is an opportunity of a lifetime to see an event which is truly spectacular. The moon moves in front of the sun, completely blocks it out, and for a couple of minutes it's dark. You can see planets in the sky. It looks kind of like sunset all the way around you. Animals will be doing funny things. You'll see this beautiful silvery corona around the sun itself, and maybe even pink objects sticking up above the edge of the moon and the sun called solar prominences. It's a truly fabulous observation.
So scientists around the world are just excited about this, is that right?
Well, scientists are people too. So we're excited about just going to an eclipse, just to see the event. But we're also excited because when the moon blocks out the brilliant disk of the sun, we're able to study the corona, the outer atmosphere where the solar wind starts, with exquisite detail that cannot be done at any other time.
Very good. Tell me, the general public, when they go up there, or they stay here, when they look up into the sky, they should have a good pair of sunglasses on, or even more.
It's critical to have solar viewing glasses. Anything else you hear about to use to observe the disk of the sun, don't believe. Whatever it is they say, oh, you could use this or that or something else. No, you have to have solar viewing glasses. These transmit 1/1000th of 1% of the solar light. So when the moon has eaten away at only part of the sun, or even almost all of it, that sun that's remaining is every bit as bright as the disk of the sun was before the moon started to block it out. And that sunlight, being every bit as bright as it was before, can do every bit as much damage to your eyes. So you've got to have your viewing glasses.
Very good.
I can tell you how to put them on too if you want.